Recording in progress.
Good morning, guys. Today is the day 2. Yesterday we had first demo session. Today is day 2, guys. In yesterday, just we discussed about the course content. Right, before going to start today's session, right, just once again I will give brief about the course content. Then I will start the today's session, guys. Right. So yesterday first I have given brief about myself. Myself Raju. I have 12 plus years of working experience. Currently I am working as a senior technical specialist. In my company, I am working as Java full stack developer, guys. And coming to the technology stack, I am using Java, Spring Boot, microservices, React.js, DevOps, right, AWS cloud. All these things I am using in my current project, guys. As a trainer, I have around 9 plus years of experience, guys. Fine. So coming to prerequisites of this course, right? Nothing is required, guys. And I can say the main prerequisite for this course is a Linux, but in our sessions we are going to learn Linux also. So that's why here I mentioned nothing is required as prerequisites for this DevOps with AWS course. Coming to the course content, the entire course I have divided into 7 parts, guys. As part 1, we are going to understand introduction of the DevOps. And as part 2, we are going to learn Linux operating system and shell scripting. As part 3, we are going to learn AWS cloud. How many services we are going to learn in the AWS cloud? 20 plus services we are going to learn in the AWS cloud. And as part 4, we are going to learn DevOps tools. How many tools we are going to learn here? 15 plus tools we are going to learn in the DevOps phase. After that, we are going to understand Python scripting also. For DevOps engineers, how much Python scripting is required, up to that level we are going to understand here. Next, real-time projects. We are going to understand minimum 5 real-time projects, guys. Real-time project on the Ansible, right? Project on the Terraform, project on the Jenkins and Docker, project on the all monitoring tools, and project with Jenkins, GitHub, Nexus, Sonar, Docker, right, Kubernetes. With all these tools also we are going to do one end-to-end project, guys. So all these projects we are going to do practically in real-time project session. As part 7, we are going to discuss interview guide. Interview guide means what things will come, resume preparation, right? How to keep the projects in the resume, how to explain the roles and responsibilities in the interviews, interview questions and mock interviews. All these things will come under part 7, guys. Class timings daily 7:30 a.m. IST to 9 a.m. IST, guys. Right? Mode of classes online and offline both are available. Right? Monday to Saturday we have the sessions. Right? Class notes I will provide and class recording also I will provide with 1 year access, guys. And we have created one WhatsApp group for doubts clarification. So this is what we discussed in last session, guys. Clear? Right. So coming to today's session, first we are going to understand what is DevOps and why DevOps and DevOps life cycle. Right. We will try to understand these 3 in today's session, guys. What is DevOps? Why DevOps is required, and the DevOps life cycle we are going to understand in today's session, guys. Fine. What is DevOps? Guys, tell me what is DevOps, guys? DevOps is a programming language? No. DevOps is a framework? No. DevOps is a tool? No. Then what is this? DevOps is a culture. DevOps is a process, or DevOps is a set of practices in software industry, guys. What is DevOps? Just it is a culture are process or set of practices in IT industry. With this DevOps culture, what we can do, we can deliver the project to client easily and quickly, guys. Right? What is the job of DevOps engineers? They will deliver the project to client. Right? If you follow the DevOps culture, then you can deliver that project to client easily and quickly, guys. Right? This DevOps is used to automate the project delivery process, guys. Earlier, it is the manual process. Right? Delivering the project to client is the manual process. But whenever this DevOps culture came into the picture, from that time onwards, we are delivering the project to client automatically. We can say DevOps is a combination of development plus operations. Guys, here I am saying DevOps is a combination of development plus operations. Then don't feel for DevOps engineers development also required. No, guys. No. It is the combination of development plus operations. With this DevOps culture, development team and operations team both will work collaboratively. What is happening here with this DevOps culture? Development team and operations team, both teams will work collaboratively. If you go to any project, you can see two types of teams. What teams are there? Development team is available and operations team also available, guys. Okay, let me write those points here, then you guys will get more clarity. DevOps is not a programming language. Not a programming language. It is not a tool, right? And it is not a framework. See guys, DevOps is not a programming language, it is not a tool, and it is not a framework. Then what is this? DevOps is a culture. DevOps is a culture. Right? Or it is a process. Or it is a set of practices in software industry. See guys, what is DevOps? DevOps is a culture, or it is a process, or it is a set of practices in IT industry, guys. What we can do with this DevOps culture? With this DevOps culture, and we can deliver the project, to client and easily and quickly. What we can do with this DevOps culture, we can deliver the project to client easily and quickly. Right? Why we will use this DevOps, guys? DevOps is used to automate the delivery process. Automate the delivery process, guys. Earlier, it is the manual process, guys. Before DevOps, it is the manual process. If you want to deliver the project to client manually, it will take a lot of time, guys. So many activities DevOps engineer needs to perform. That we will discuss in the life cycle. Don't worry. Right? If you want to deliver the project to client, you need to perform so many things as a DevOps engineer. But right, once DevOps came into the picture, right, everything is automated. Easily you can deliver the project to client. Right, there is no manual efforts, guys. Everything, right, the DevOps will take care, guys. Okay. Next here, DevOps is a combination of development plus operations. DevOps is a combination of development plus operations. With this DevOps culture, right, both right, development team with this DevOps culture, both development team and operations team will work collaboratively. With this DevOps culture, both development team and operations team, right, both will work collaboratively. Guys, read the statements once. So you guys should get clarity. What is the DevOps? Don't feel DevOps is a programming language like Java, Python, guys. And don't feel DevOps is right a framework like Spring framework, Struts framework, Hibernate framework, guys. Just it is not a framework and it is not a programming language. Then what is this? It is a culture. It is a process, or it is a set of practices which we will follow in the IT industry. With this DevOps culture, we can deliver the project to client easily and quickly. DevOps is used to automate the delivery process. DevOps is a combination of development plus operations. With this DevOps culture, both development team and operations team will work collaboratively. Read it, guys. Please read the statements. Right. If you go to any project, right, you can see two types of teams, guys. Right. In every project, right, we can see below two teams, guys. We can see below two teams. What teams are available? One is the development team. Second one is the operations team. Right? So, right, these are the two teams are available, guys. Development team and operations team and testing team also available. Okay, in every project we can see these two teams, guys. Right, now tell me, what is the roles of development team? What is the roles and responsibilities of the development team? What is the roles and responsibilities of the operations team, guys? Right, we will discuss. Right, development team roles and responsibilities. As a developer, what do you need to do? See, guys, first, developers should understand the requirements, guys. Developers should understand the requirements. Right? The development team, right, should understand the requirements. Guys. Whatever the requirement the client given, so that requirement development team should understand properly, guys, before going to start the development. Then what they need to do? They need to prepare the design documents for the given requirements, guys. Development team should prepare the right design documents for the given requirements. Next, development team will implement the code, guys. Development team will implement the right code as per client requirements by using some programming languages. We have Python is the programming language and we have Java is a programming language. By using programming languages, development team will implement the code for the given requirements. Guys, observe carefully. What development team will do? Development team, it should understand Development team should understand the requirements, and the development team should prepare the design documents for the given requirements. Development team will implement the code as per client requirements by using some programming languages. And programming languages means you can use Java or Python or .NET or write anything, any programming language you can use it, guys. And development team should upload the, guys, this is important point. Development team, it should upload the code in source code repository. In source code repository, guys. See, guys, observe carefully what development team will do. They will understand the requirements carefully, and they will prepare the design documents for the given requirements, and they will implement the code. They will implement the logic as per client requirements by using some programming languages, and whatever the code they have written, so they need to upload that code in the source code repository for integration purpose. Why we need to upload the code in the source code repository? In our project, multiple developers are available. Developer 1 is working on the home page functionality. Developer 2 is working on the login page functionality. Developer 3 is working on the registration page functionality. Right? Alright, all the developers are working on different functionalities. But all these functionalities are available in the same project. Right, so we need to integrate all these functionalities as single project. Who will do that activity? Source code repository will do that activity. Whatever the code developers are implemented, they need to upload all the codes into the source code repository. Source code repository will integrate as a single project. Read it, guys. Read the statements once. Development team should understand the requirements. Development team should prepare the design documents for the given requirements. Development team will implement the code as per client requirements by using some programming languages. Development team should upload the code in the source code repository. Observe carefully, guys. Observe carefully here. So this is my source code repository. This is my source code repository, guys. Okay. Here we have the multiple developers. Developer 1 is there. Right, developer 1 is working on login functionality. Assume developer 1 is working on login functionality in my project. Is working on login functionality. Okay. Next, right, we will have the developer 2 also. This is developer 1 mission. This is developer 1 mission. Right. Same we have the two more developers. This is the developer 2 mission. Right. This is developer 3 mission. So like this, we will have multiple developers, guys. In a project, we will have the multiple developers. Now, developer 1 is working on login page functionality. Login page functionality. Just assume, guys, developer 2 is working on registration page functionality. Registration page functionality. Developer 3 is working on dashboard. Right, dashboard, guys. Developer 3 is working on dashboard. So like this, developer 1 is working on login functionality. Developer 2 is working on registration functionality. Developer 3 is working on home page, guys. Now, all these functionalities are available in same project. So now, right, whatever developer 1 and developer 2 is writing, that code should be available in developer 3 mission. Whatever developer 1 and developer 3 is writing, that should be available in developer 2 mission also. Whatever developer 2 and developer 2 is writing, that code should be available in developer 1 mission also. In all three missions, the code should be synced. The code should be synced. Same code is available in all these three missions. Now tell me how developer 1 will get developer 2 code and developer 3 code, guys. Developer 1 mission have only login functionality, but he should have the registration functionality code and the dashboard functionality code also. How he will get developer 2 code and developer 3 code? Same. Right? Developer 2 should have developer 1 code and developer 3 code also. How he will get developer 1 functionality and developer 2 functionality, developer 3 functionality. At the same time, developer 3 should get developer 1 functionality and developer 2 functionality also. How these people will get other people's functionalities? Right? They can share through email? No, guys. Through emails, code will not be shareable. It is not recommended. It is not recommended, guys. Right? As per security rules, right? Sharing the code through emails is not at all recommended. Then how these people will get others code? How these people will get others code? Yes. Right here, for that, we have the source code repository. This is our source code repository, guys. Source code repository is available. Whatever the code developer 1 is implemented, first he will test that code in his machine. Once it is working fine, he will upload that code into the source code repository. Next, developer 2 also will test that registration functionality in his machine. And once he came to the conclusion, yes, everything is working fine, then he will upload that code into the source code repository. Developer 3 is implementing dashboard functionality. First, he will test in his machine. Once it is working fine, then he should upload that code in the source code repository. And all the 3 developers code is available in the source code repository. What the source code repository will do? It will take the code from all the developers and it will integrate as a single project. What it is doing? It will take the code from developer 1, developer 2, developer 3 and it will integrate as a single project. Tomorrow, once developer 1 came to the office, what is the first activity he need to do? He need to take the latest code from the source code repository. Whenever he took the latest code from the source code repository, in the source code repository, apart this login functionality, what other 2 functionalities we have that he will get into his machine. Same. Developer 2 also, first he need to take the latest code from the source code repository. In his machine, already registration functionality is available. Apart that, what new things we have in the source code repository that he will get into his machine. Next, developer 3 also should get the latest code from the source code repository. In developer 3 machine, dashboard functionality already available. Apart this dashboard functionality, what new things are available in the source code repository, he will get that new things into his machine. So like that, everyone will get the others code also in their machines, guys. Okay. What is the main objective of the source code repository? It will take the code from all the developers and it will integrate as a single project. Is it clear? Please respond in chat box. Up to here clear? Others, please respond everyone. Good. See guys, observe carefully. Read it guys. Once again read it what we have written. What is the roles and responsibilities of the development team? They need to understand the requirements. Guys, if they are not clear about the requirements, in some, right, I have seen so many developers guys, without having proper understanding on the requirements, they will start the development. What will happen if they do like that? Right, so many bugs will come. So many issues will come. Right? That's why before going to start the development, you should understand the requirement properly. What client is expecting, so that you should understand properly. Then only you need to start the development. Without having proper clarity on the requirements, don't start the development, guys. Next guys, as per the requirements, we need to prepare the design documents. In this design documents, we will get all the right, UML diagrams, sequence diagrams, and right, what classes we need to write, what interfaces we need to take, everything right we will get in the design documents, guys. What databases we need to follow, right, how to create the databases, everything we need to design in the design documents. Next, development team will start the implementing. Once the development is completed, what they need to do? They need to upload that code into the source code repository. Right? These are the responsibilities of the development team. Once developers are uploaded the code into the source code repository, with that their work is complete. Development team work is completed, guys. Next, who will come into the picture? Operations team will come into the picture. Why? Right? Who will deliver the project to client? Operations team only will deliver the project to client. That's why, right, once developers are upload the code into the source code repository, then operations team will come into the picture. Right, observe carefully, guys. Now I will draw the beautiful diagram. Try to understand, guys. Right, see, guys. Here we have group of developers, guys. In my project, multiple developers are working. Multiple developers are working in my project, guys. Guys, observe carefully. Now you guys will get complete clarity. What is DevOps? As a DevOps engineer, what is the roles and responsibility? Everything you will get now clarity. So here we have developer 1. Same multiple developers are available. Right? Developer 2 is available. And developer 3 is available. So like this, assume we have 3 developers in our project. This is my development team. This is my development team, guys. Right? What development team will do? They will develop the application as per client requirement. Development team, guys. Okay, once development is completed, next what they will do? They will upload the code into this source code repository. Assume this is my source code repository. Source code repository. Right? So who will upload the code into the source code repository? Developers will upload the code into the source code repository. All the developers code should upload into the source code repository. Fine, guys. Once they uploaded the code into the source code repository, with that developers work is finished. Now operations team will come, guys. What operations team will do? They need to take the code from the source code repository and they need to deploy that into the right servers. Okay, now tell me, guys. I want to start one business, guys. Assume I want to start one business. Right. So what business I am going to start? I want to start one restaurant business, guys. Today only I got that idea in my brain. Today only I got that idea in my mind, guys. Oh, can I start that restaurant business immediately from tomorrow? Today only I got that idea. Can I start that business immediately from tomorrow? No. First, I need to make it ready the required infrastructure. If you want to start any business, first you should make it ready the required infrastructure. Suppose, if I want to start the restaurant business, what infrastructure I need? One building is required, one kitchen setup is required, one dining setup is required, right? Kitchen items are required, right? Everything is required. Then only I can start the restaurant business. Without having all these things, can I start the restaurant business immediately? Guys, please respond. Without having the infrastructure, can I start the business? No. First, you should make it ready the required infrastructure. Then only you can start the business. Same here, what I want to do as a operations team, I need to deploy the application. I need to deliver the project to client. If you want to deploy the application, what you required? You require the infrastructure. You require the infrastructure to deploy the application. Where we are going to create that infrastructure? We are going to create that infrastructure in the cloud. In the public cloud, we are going to create that infrastructure. Alright. So if you want to create the infrastructure, what you require, guys? See, guys, here. So this is AWS cloud. Assume, guys, this is AWS cloud. In the AWS cloud, I want to create the required infrastructure to deploy the application. AWS cloud. And in the AWS cloud, first I need one EC2 instance. Here I am taking one instance, guys. This is the EC2 instance which I am taking. Right. So in this EC2 instance, you should install the servers. EC2 line exhibition. EC2 line exhibition I am taking. After that, in this line exhibition, we need to install the servers. Here, I have installed one server, guys. This is the Azure, this is the web server. This is the server which I installed, guys. Right, web server we installed in the Linux virtual machine. Now inside the server only we need to deploy the application, guys. Where we need to deploy the application? In the server we need to deploy the application. First, if you want to deploy this application in the server, first you should make it ready the required infrastructure. In the cloud, we are creating the Linux virtual machine, and in that Linux virtual machine, we need to install the required software. Then only you can deploy the application in the server. First, you should make it ready this setup, guys. First, you should make it ready this setup. Who will do this one? As a operations engineer, you only responsible to do this activity. You are DevOps with AWS engineer, so you are the responsible person to do this activity, guys. What you need to do? First, you need to make it ready the infrastructure to deploy the application. Okay, fine. So guys, observe carefully. As a DevOps engineer, first you need to make it ready the required infrastructure, guys. Okay, fine. Here what you need to do? What you need to do, guys? Observe carefully, guys. Here guys, first you need to set up the infrastructure. Let me write those points, guys. You guys will get more clarity. See, here I am writing. Right. First activity, infrastructure setup. Infrastructure setup you need to do. As a operations team, you need to do the infrastructure setup. Okay, infrastructure setup means what things will come? Infrastructure setup means what things will come, guys? Right, machines you need to make it ready. Machines, guys, right here virtual machines. Next, right, software installations you need to take care. Software installations you need to take care. Next here, right, server setups you need to take care. Right, servers setup. Next, database setup you need to take care. Database setup you need to take care, and network you need to take care. Network setup and storage setup you need to take care. Storage setup, right, and power backup, power setup, right, etc. All these things will come under infrastructure setup only. All these things will come under infrastructure only, guys. Right, infrastructure setup means what you need to do? First, you need to make it ready the computers. Then you need to make it ready the network. Then you need to set up the servers. Then you need to set up the, right, storage. Like this, all these things will come under infrastructure setup. Okay, fine. Infrastructure is ready. Infrastructure is ready. Then next what? Developers are uploaded the code in the source code repository, right? So as a operations team, right, you need to take that code. You need to download that code from the source code repository. Second step, what you need to do? Right, download the code from, right, source code repository. Right, you need to take the code from the source code repository. Guys, yesterday, right, somewhere we discussed, guys. In the source code repository, the code is written in high level language. High level language means what? Anyone can understand. Anyone can read. Normal English language, guys. Inside the source code, the code is available in high level language. But our system can't able to understand that high level language. Our system can't able to understand that high level language, guys. Then what we need to do? We need to convert high level language to bytecode. We need to convert high level language to bytecode, guys. Right? How you will convert that? Right? If you want to convert high level language to bytecode, then we need to compile the programs. We need to compile the code, guys. Then it will convert from high level language to bytecode, guys. Guys, inside the source code repository, the code is available in high level language. High level language is nothing but normal readable format, normal understandable format. Anyone can understand, anyone can read, normal English language. So My computer can't able to understand that English language. Then what I need to do? I need to convert from high level language to bytecode. And how you can convert that? By using compilers. We need to compile the code, then it will convert from high level language to system understandable format. And right, a project contains so many classes, guys, so many files. A project contains so many hundreds of programs. Is it possible to deliver one by one, guys? Assume in my project 100 files are available. Can you give that 100 files to client one by one? We can't able to give. We need to give some executable format. Client don't know what is Java. Client don't know what is Python. You have implemented the application by using Java programming language, or you have implemented by using Python programming language. Client don't know all those things. Then what we need to do? We need to compile the code and we need to give that code as executable format. Right? We need to package all the code as a artifact. We need to package everything as a jar file or var file, and we need to give that file to the client, guys. You give directly the entire code to the client, what he will do, what client will do with that code. He don't know anything about Java. He don't know anything about Python. He don't know anything about .NET. Then how he can able to understand? That's why we can't able to give the code directly to the client, guys. We need to convert as executable format, that is called as packaging. We need to create the artifact, right? That artifact we need to deliver, guys. Okay, right? Once you have downloaded the code from the repository, as a third step, you need to compile the code and package the code. Package the code, guys. Compile and packagation you need to take care, guys. Right, once it is done, next important one is code review. Code review also you need to take care. Right, code review means what? You need to check. You need to check whether developer followed the proper coding standards or not. Right, while writing the code, while implementing the code, developer followed the proper coding standards or not. Developer written the unit test cases or not. All the unit test cases are passed or failed. Right? Code coverage is greater than 80% or not. Everything you need to verify. That code review also operations team only needs to take care. Right? So how you will do the code review? Manually you will do? No. We don't know anything Java, right? We don't know anything Python. We are the operations team. We are not developers. Then how we can do manually? We don't do, right? We won't do the manually. For that, we will use some softwares. For that, we will use some tools to perform the code review. What tools we will use? That I will explain. Guys, observe carefully. As a operator, see, uploading the code into the source code repository. With that, developer's job is completed. Then, operations team will come into the picture. First, operations team should make it ready the infrastructure. Then, they need to download the code from the repository. What developers are uploaded. Then they need to compile the code and package as an artifact. Then they need to perform the code review. Once the code review is done, right, they need to deploy the application. Right, deploy the application in the server. In the server, guys. They need to deploy the application in the server. Guys, observe carefully this one. Right, who will do all these things? All these things will be taken care by the operations team only. Right, creating the infrastructure, right, cloning the project from the source code repository, compiling that code, packaging the code, right, code review, and deploying the application in the server. All these things will be taken care by the operations team only, not a development team. Development team, they will develop the application as per client requirement and they will upload that code into the source code repository. Right? All these steps will be performed by the operations team only. Guys, observe carefully. Okay. Now I will come to here one. Okay. I want to create the infrastructure. Then how I can do that? How I can create the infrastructure, guys? Okay. For this, what tools we need to use, guys? Yes. Earlier, people used it to do right through manually, guys. Manually by using UI. See, guys, here. Let me show, guys. Let me show. Here, AWS. We have the AWS management console. Go to the AWS management console. Guys, today's session, you guys will get complete clarity. What is DevOps? Right, please focus. I'm opening the right AWS guys, AWS Management Console dashboard. I'm opening. Please wait. Let me sign in into the console. Right. So this is the AWS Management Console, guys. See here you can see AWS Management Console. Okay. So here we have the user interface. Through that UI, we can create any infrastructure, guys. Here, see guys, click on this EC2. All these are the services which we have in the AWS, guys. We will discuss all these things. Right, EC2, EKS, Route 53, IAM, SQS, S3, DynamoDB, Lambda, Cloud Formation, Elastic Beanstalk, CloudWatch. All these things we will discuss. Don't worry. So like this, how many services are there? 260 plus services are there in the AWS. Okay, right, don't worry guys, that we will discuss later point of time. So now here, if you want to create the EC2 instance, if you observe this diagram, right, in the AWS cloud, first we are creating the EC2 Linux virtual machine. Right, to create this EC2 Linux virtual machine, go to this EC2 service. Right, first we need to go to the EC2 service and click on instances. Click on instances. I am going to create the EC2 instance. Click on instances. Right. Here we have the option launch instances. Right, click on launch instance. Click on launch instance, guys. Then you will get one page. And whenever you clicked on that launch instance, you will get one page, guys. See, this is the launch instance page. This is the launch instance page. Beautiful UI is available. From here you can do. From here it is asking to give the name of the instance. It is asking to give the name of the instance. I am giving as right, demo instance. I am giving as the name. Demo instance I am giving as the name. Next I will explain, guys, what is this AMIs and all these things I will explain. Don't worry. Here I am going to select the AMI to launch the instance. Here I am selecting Amazon Linux 2 as the AMI I am selecting. Next here we need to choose the instance type. Here I am choosing T2.micro only. This is the free tier eligible one. This is the free tier eligible one. So I am taking Linux to this T2.micro instance. And here we need the key pair. Here we need the key pair. So from the drop down, I am going to select the key pair. Already I have in my system. Right, next here, I am going to use security group, guys. It will create for me and click on the launch instance. See guys, EC2 Linux machine it is creating. It is launching on EC2 instance, guys. Right. So like this, through user interface, you can launch the instances. But in real time, it is not recommended. Creating the instances through UI is not recommended in the real time. Then how to create? Then how I need to create, guys? Here we have the beautiful UI. Through UI, easily we can create the instances. But you are saying it is not recommended. Then how I can create? I will tell. See guys, your instance is creating, loading. Okay. See guys, demo instance. This is the Linux virtual machine is created. In this Linux virtual machine, as per our diagram, we need to install the web server and we will deploy the application. In the AWS cloud, we have created one Linux virtual machine. It is running. It is running. Now inside this, we are going to create, right, we are going to install one server. In that server, we need to deploy the application. Right guys, this is what we need to do, but it is not recommended. Through AWS Management Console, we can create the instances, we can perform all the activities, but it is not recommended. Then what we need to do, man? See guys, here we have the UI approach, guys. Through UI we can do R by using Terraform. right? The most important tool, Terraform, the most important, guys, right? By using Terraform also, we can create the required infrastructure. That is only the recommended approach in the real time. That's why in the companies, they're asking, do you have the experience on the Terraform or not? Then only you will get the call. If you don't have the experience on the Terraform, you won't get the calls, guys. Guys, we are going to spend almost 10 days on this Terraform. And I will explain very neat way, guys, proper way. Right, all the concepts I will explain in the Terraform. Don't worry, you guys will become heroes in the Terraform once our session is completed. Terraform session is completed, guys. Okay. I'm giving that assurance, guys. You guys will get 100% on this Terraform. You guys can create any infrastructure by using Terraform, guys, once our Terraform sessions are completed. Okay, infrastructure setup we can do through UI or we can do by using Terraform also. Nowadays, companies are expecting Terraform only to create the infrastructure. Okay, fine. So next, guys, we need to do the installations. We need to install the softwares, guys. Okay, you have created Linux virtual machine, and in that Linux virtual machine, I need to install web server. Right? I need to install database. Right? I need to install some other servers, guys, other softwares. Then how I can do software installations? How you will do the software installation? For that, which tool we need to use? Yesterday I told, right? We have one configuration management tool. To do the installation process, we have one configuration management tool that is called Ansible. By using Ansible, we can do the installations. How to do that installations by using Ansible, we are going to understand, and we are going to do one separate project on the Ansible. We are going to do one separate project on the Terraform also. Don't worry, guys, observe carefully. I want to do the database setup. I want to do the server setup. I want to install the storages. How you will do all these things? By using Ansible, you can perform all these installations. Right? For creating the machines, Terraform we are using. For doing installations, Ansible we are using. Okay. Next, guys, I want to download the code from the repository. Right here, as a repository, what you are using? As a source code repository, we are going to learn GitHub. GitHub is a source code repository. If you want to download the code from the source code repository, for that, we are going to use one client software that is called Git client software. By using this Git client software, we will download the code from the source code repository. Once this infrastructure is ready, as the operation team member, what is your responsibility? You need to download the code from the source code repository. For that, here we are using Git client. By using Git client, we will download the code from the GitHub repository. Okay. Once code is downloaded, then what I want to do? I want to compile the code. I want to package the code. For that, I am going to use one more tool. What is that? Maven. Maven we are going to understand to compile the code and to package the code, guys. Maven will do that activity. So we are going to learn Maven, GitHub, Git, Ansible, Terraform, all these things. Okay. Once code is downloaded, compiled, and everything is done. Next, what is your job? I want to perform the code review also. I want to perform the code review also. How you will do the code review? You don't know the Java. You don't know the Python. You are the operation engineer. But that code is developed by using Java. Right here, we need to verify whether developer is followed the proper coding standards or not. Whether developer is written the unit test cases or not. All the unit test cases are success or not. Code coverage above 80% is there or not. You need to verify, man. How you will do? Manually? We don't know write anything. How we can do manually? For that, we are going to use one software. We are going to use one tool that is called Sonar Cube. Sonar Cube we are going to use to perform the code review. And the Sonar Cube will generate the report. If code review is failed, something is wrong in that code review, then whatever the report Sonar Cube is giving, right, that report we need to share to the development team. Development team will work on those issues. As a operations engineer, you are not responsible to fix the issues, guys. Just you need to run the Sonar Cube and review the code. If any issues are there, then hand over those issues to the development team. Development team will work on those issues. You are not responsible to work on those issues, guys. Okay. Next, guys, right? Code review is success. Then I need to deploy the application in the server, right? Then how you will deploy? How you will deploy, guys? Right? My server is located in US somewhere. My server is located in US, guys. US, right? I'm in India. From India, how I can deploy the application to the server which is located in the US? You will go to the right US and you will do the deployment? No, guys. Right? We have one tool to do the deployment process. What is the tool, guys? The most important tool is Jenkins. By using Jenkins, we are going to performing the deployments, guys. Jenkins will deploy the application in the server. Guys, see, right? In yesterday, guys, if you observe the yesterday class notes, see, this is our yesterday class notes, right? DevOps tools. If you observe the DevOps tools, here you can see. See, guys, Maven as a build tool we are learning. GitHub as a source code repository tool we are learning. Jenkins for CI/CD deployment we are learning. Tomcat as web server we are going to learn. SonarQube for code review we are learning. See, all these things we are learning or not? In the diagram, all these tools are available or not? Guys, please respond. Yesterday I told a two-way communication must be required. All these tools we are covering or not? Yes, right. Yes, guys. Right? By using Maven, we are compiling the code, we are packaging the code. By using source code repository, all the developers will upload the code in the source code repository. Jenkins we are using to deploy the applications. SonarQube we are using to perform the code review. Tomcat we are using as web server. Okay, fine, guys. Next, guys. Right. Then where Tomcat will come into the picture? Then where Tomcat will come? Tomcat, guys. If you have the Tomcat, you can run the application in any environment easily. Sorry, not Tomcat, Docker, right? Sorry, guys. Docker. Right? If you know the Docker, if you have the Docker, then you can run the application in any environment, guys. Right? What, guys? Right? Could you please explain in detail about that? No problem. I will explain, guys. See, observe carefully, guys. So this is my computer. This is my computer, guys. In my computer, I have developed the application. I have developed the application in my system. Super. It is working very super, guys. Without any issues, how client is expected, same way it is working in my system, guys. Okay. Now, here we have the dev environment, right? SIT environment, right? UAT environment, right? Pre-prod environment, like that several environments are available. We will discuss what all these environments, we will discuss. Don't worry, guys. Now, whatever the application I have developed in my system, right? I want to run that application in the dev environment, in the SIT environment, in the UAT environment, in the pre-prod environment. In all these environments, I want to run this application. Okay, I have given my code. Guys. But dev environment people who is managing this dev environment, they are telling, hey man, you have shared one code that is not working in my system. Right? These people are telling, hey, you have shared code that is not working in my system. Hey man, it is working fine in my system. Why it is not working in your system? Right? Okay, you can check with SIT environment. They also said same way. It is not working. But you are saying, no, it is working fine in my system. What is the, where is the problem? Where is the problem? It is working fine in your system, but it is not working in this environment. Where is the problem? See guys, observe carefully now. Here, to develop this application, right, I have used Java, right, 1.8 version, guys. And I have used MySQL, right, 8 version, guys. Right, and I have used Spring Boot, right, 2.5 versions. So like that, different versions, different softwares I am using in my system, guys. Okay, fine. Right. But in this development environment system, right, we have Java 1.5 version, right? MySQL, right, 5 version is available, right? Spring Boot, Spring 2 version, something is like that, right? Different versions are available. These versions are not matching. Guys. That's why that application is not working here. Right? Whatever the softwares developer is used, whatever the versions he has used, whatever the libraries he has used, whatever the binaries he has used, everything should be available in these missions also. Then only that application will run. Okay? Developer, whatever the softwares developers are using to develop the application, whatever the versions he is using, whatever the dependencies he is using, everything should be available in these missions also. Then only it will work. Now, that person asked me, hey developer, could you please command to all these installations in my system also? Right, whatever you have used to develop that application, could you please provide all that information? I also will do in my systems. Right, okay, you are only one person, I will do. Right, after you, right, that sit person also asking. After sit person, that UAT person also asking. After UAT person, pre-prod person also asking. To how many people I want to do all these things? I can't able to do all these things. I share the code, right? Whatever you will do, you will take care of that. Just give you the code. Right? I can't able to do all this setup in all your missions. It is very difficult for me. Then how, man? No problem. Right here, to develop the application, whatever the softwares you are using, whatever the libraries you are using, whatever the dependencies you are using, package all those things, package as a Docker image. Right, you need to package everything as a Docker image. Inside the Docker image, application code is available, right? Softwares are available, libraries are available, dependencies are available, everything, binaries are available to develop this application. Whatever you have in your system, everything you have packaged as an image. And right, upload this image in the registry. Here we have one registry. We will maintain one registry. Right here, whatever the image you have created, upload that image in one registry and tell them where that image is available. Now, what these people will do? They will download that image. They will take the image from that registry and just they will run that. Just they will run that image. Just they will run that image. You no need to worry about the softwares. You no need to worry about the libraries. You no need to worry about the dependencies. You no need to worry about the code. Nothing. Whatever you have in the registry, take that one and run it. It will work in any mission. It will work in any mission. Why? Because to develop that application, whatever the software he has used, whatever the dependencies he has used, everything you are getting in the image. So same, that image you are downloading and you are executing, right? Your application will run, guys. Because of that, we need to go for Dockers. Understood why Dockers? Please respond, please, guys. Guys, please, are you guys are feeling bored? Right. So because of this Docker, we can run the application in any environment, in any system easily. Easily we can run the applications using Docker, guys. Okay. So that's why we are going to use this Docker's concept, guys. Okay. Let me. Here I will add that point also. Let me add that point here. Sixth point I'm adding, and using Docker, right, to run the application in any environment. Right, or you can take like run the application in multiple environments. Run the application in multiple environments. Case. To run the application in multiple environments, what we are going to use? We are going to use Dockers. Okay. Running the application means what you will do? Just you will create the container. By using the Docker image in your system, you need to start the container. You need to create the container. With that, your application will work. Okay. Right. Next, guys. What is Kubernetes then? What is Kubernetes? By using Docker, whatever the containers you are creating, you need to manage those containers. For that, we are going to use orchestration tool as Kubernetes, guys. It manage the managing the Docker containers. Managing the Docker containers. For this, we are going to use Kubernetes. Kubernetes we are using. Okay, beautiful. Observe carefully, guys. Now we are going to understand the main point here, guys. Okay, fine. Very good. See guys, here we have Terraform, Ansible, Git, Maven, SonarQube, Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, everything is covered. In this Kubernetes clusters only, we will install the monitoring tools guys, like Prometheus, Grafana, right, ELK stack, everything we will keep inside that case. And here, by using Maven, whatever the artifact you have created, that artifact we need to keep in some repository for future purposes. For that, here we are going to use upload the build artifact in that artifactory repository. For this, what we are going to use? Nexus we are going to understand for that. As a build artifactory tool, we are going to understand Nexus. Okay, fine. Guys, now observe carefully, guys. Now important point we are going to talk. See guys, here earlier guys, once the developer are uploaded the code into the GitHub repository, here whatever the steps we mentioned, all these steps manually operations team needs to do. All these steps operations team manually needs to do, guys. Guys, tell me, guys, in a day, how many number of times developer will commit the code in the repository? In a day, how many number of times developer will upload the code in the repository? 1 time, 2 times, 10 times, 100 times? We can't tell. We can't able to tell that. In the code, just if we add comma, full stop, space, any modification he has done in the code, then those modifications should be uploaded in the repository. Any change if we done in the code, he should upload that code in the repository. Whether that is small comma or whether that is small full stop or whether that is small space also, he should upload those changes in the GitHub repository. So he may do, right? Maybe 100 times he is doing. Multiple developers are there. All the developers are committing the code 100 times in a day, guys. Oh my God. Whenever developer update the code, whenever developer done the commit in the source code repository, as a operations team, every time you need to do all these activities. Just now, I have commit the code. Immediately, as a operations team, you need to download the code, you need to compile the code, you need to do the code review, you need to deploy the application in the servers. And after 10 minutes, again he commit the code. Again, you need to download the code. Again, you need to compile the code. Again, you need to do the code review, deploy the application. After 10 minutes, again he upload the code. Again, same process, guys. Guys, tell me, if you want to do manually all these things, these many number of times in a day, how much time you need to spend? Can you deliver the project to client on time? It is not simple process, guys. If you want to do all these things manually, it is not simple job. Is it possible to deliver the project to client on time? Please respond. No, guys, we can't able to deliver the project to client on time if you want to perform all these activities manually daily multiple number of times. So that's why DevOps came into the picture. Guys. Right? So with the DevOps culture, what we are doing right here, whatever I mentioned, all these steps we are automating with the DevOps culture. Right? So we will write one Jenkins CI/CD pipeline. In that CI/CD pipeline, I will write all these stages: downloading the code, compiling the code, and packaging the code. Code review, right? So deploy the application, create the Docker image, upload the Docker image in the registry, right? Deploy that image in the clusters. Everything we will write in the Jenkins CI/CD pipeline, right? After that, whenever developer commit the code, immediately my Jenkins will get to know, hey, there was developer, right, commit the code in the GitHub repository, so I need to take the code, I need to compile the code, I need to do the code review, I need to deploy that. Jenkins will know automatically, and Jenkins only will run all these activities one by one automatically. So now operations team job is one-time job, guys. Before going to start the development, you need to make it ready, everything, guys, and tell them, hey man, right, everything is ready, you can start your development. After that, whenever developer commit the code, immediately my Jenkins will get the notification. Jenkins will go and do all these activity one by one. We no need to do anything. We no need to do anything, guys. Like earlier, we no need to do manually download the code. We no need to manually compile the code. We no need to manually do the code review. Nothing, guys. Everything will be taken care by the Jenkins. Right? In the Jenkins CI/CD pipeline, just we need to add, guys. I will show that. How to add that, right? So I will show that, guys. 1 minute. See, guys. See, this is my GitHub repository. In the GitHub repository, developers will upload the code. Along with that code, along with the developer's code, I have uploaded my Jenkins file also. As a DevOps engineer, we need to write that Jenkins file. And that Jenkins file also I have uploaded along with the developer source code only. See, guys, this is our Jenkins file. Inside the Jenkins file, what are the DevOps team operations? Whatever the operations DevOps team should perform, everything I mentioned inside this file. Let me open this file. See, guys, here you can see everything is available here. 1 minute, guys, maybe commented. Let me uncomment this, guys. Fine, guys. Now here you can see, guys, here I have added multiple stages in the CI/CD pipeline. What is the first stage? Continuous download. Here I am telling, boss, here we have the developer's code, and go and download that code. With this, I am telling, guys, this is the first stage which I want to use in the CI/CD pipeline, downloading the code. What is second stage? Build, compile and build the code. Maven will do this activity. Next, Sonar, do the code review. Sonar will do this activity. Next, deploy the application in the Tomcat server. Jenkins will do that activity. So like this, whatever you want to perform, all those things we need to write in the CI/CD pipeline as multiple stages like this. Now, whenever developer commit the code, immediately Jenkins will take this file. And inside that, whatever the stages you have added, all the stages will be executed one by one automatically. If you don't have this DevOps culture, then all these are the manual process, guys. All these are the manual process. To avoid that manual process only, DevOps came into the picture. Within fraction of seconds only, right, Jenkins will execute all these stages, and your application should be deployed in the servers, guys. Without any manual efforts, everything will be taken care by the DevOps automatically. That's why DevOps came into the picture, guys. Is it clear? Why DevOps we are using? Is it clear, guys? Please respond. Earlier, everything is manual process. To reduce the manual effort, to deliver the project to client as quickly as possible, right? DevOps culture we are following. Guys. So that's why here I am saying DevOps is nothing but what, guys? Combination of development team and operations, guys. Developers will commit the code. Right? Whatever the code developers are commit, that code will be taken, right? Will download by the DevOps team, and on that code only, right? So DevOps team is working, guys. That's why, right, this activity is done by development team, and this activity is done by operations team, guys, DevOps team, guys. So that's why we are saying that DevOps is nothing but what? Combination of development plus operations. Both teams should work collaboratively, guys. Both teams should work collaboratively. Then only they can deliver the project to client as quickly as possible. Understood, guys? I hope you guys got the complete clarity. Guys, please respond. Now clear why we are using DevOps? If you don't have the DevOps, this is completely manual process, guys. Please respond. Everybody should respond. Charan, Kathy, Charan, everything. Everybody, please. Charan, clear? Or not responding? Good. Good. Okay. So now what is DevOps, guys? DevOps is not a programming language. DevOps is not a framework. DevOps is not a tool. Then what is this? Just it is a culture. Just it is a process. Just it is a set of practices. By using this DevOps culture, what we can do? With this DevOps culture, we can deliver the project to client easily and quickly. And DevOps is used to automate the delivery process. DevOps is a combination of development plus operations. With this DevOps culture, both development team, operations team will work collaboratively. In every project, we can see these two teams, development team and operations team. What the development team will do? Development team should understand the requirements. Development team should prepare the design documents for the given requirements. Development team will implement the code as per client requirements. Development team should upload the code in the source code repository. Then operations team will come. Operations team, right, roles and responsibilities. Operations team, roles and responsibilities. What operations team, guys? They will create the infrastructure. Right, operations team, right, they will create the infrastructure. Right, infrastructure, guys, by using what? Terraform. By using Terraform, guys. Next, guys, right, operations team, right, download the code from the right, 1 minute, guys, right, infrastructure, right. Next, they will do the installations using Ansible, guys. Next, guys, download the code from GitHub repository, source code repository. You can use any source code repository, right? GitHub, Bitbucket, anything you can use. That's why here I'm writing source code repository. Download the code from source code repository. Okay. Next, guys, and for this here, what they are using? Git they are using as the client software, guys. And by using right, Git client software. Next, guys. Next, right, build the application. And right, package the application and package as right, artifact by using Maven. Building the application and packaging as artifact, guys. Next, guys, what they will do? Right, perform the code review by using SonarQube. Next, guys. Right. So deploy the application. Right. Deploy the application using Jenkins. Guys. Right now here, perform the code review. Here, one more point I will add. Right. Upload the build artifact. Right. In the artifactory, Artifactory repository. Right. As an Artifactory repository, what we are using? Nexus. Nexus we are using as Artifactory repository. Right. Next step, deploy the application. Right. Deploy the application in the server using Jenkins. Next, right here. Right. Next here, right. Run the application. Run the application in multiple environments easily. Right, to run the application in multiple environments easily, right, they will use dockers guys. Okay, next, to manage the docker containers, docker containers, right, they means who? Operations team. They will use, right, Kubernetes. Okay, so these are the operations team responsibilities. These are the development team responsibilities. I hope everyone is clear. What is DevOps? Why DevOps? Right? How this DevOps life cycle will work? Everything is clear, guys. Please respond. Very good, guys. Fine, guys. For today I'm stopping. I will share this class notes in the group, guys. Right, guys. Right, try to clear the first installment fees before coming to tomorrow's session. Then I can able to create the one Google Drive, guys. In that Google Drive, I will upload all these recording sessions. From there, you guys can access, guys. Okay. Fine. Right, guys. If you guys have any questions, you guys can ask, guys. I'm ready to explain. And in today's session, anyone have any questions? Please respond. In today's session, anyone have any questions? In today's session, anyone have any questions? Right. Soumya, what is your question? Soumya, any questions do you have? Soumya, you are speaking. Please unmute first. And you can ask your question. You are not getting. No question. Huh? Very fine. Fine, guys. I will share these notes, guys. Right. So, and I'm going to create the Google Drive, and in that Google Drive, I will upload daily class recordings. From there, you guys can access this. Okay. Right. Thanks for joining, guys. Tomorrow, we have the session at same time, 7:30, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, guys. Bye, bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thanks to all.
Recording stopped.